this video is to help you get started with Adobe. So first of all, let's talk about licensing and cost. Licensing exists as either shared device or individual licensing. So a shared device license would be the type of license you use when you check out laptops from the journalism school or use the desktops in the resource center. When you log on to Creative Cloud, you will need to choose a school license when you use those devices. All of those shared device licenses for laptops and desktops only work on Jayhawk Wi-Fi. Next, there's personal or individual licenses. These have a cost attached to them. Your best bet for purchasing those is through the bookstore. And you can see this is the current license and the cost. It's a pretty good savings for you. With this personal account, you can go ahead and download specific apps or download the entire Creative Cloud desktop app. Let's go to that desktop app. So you can see I'm logged in over here. And if you weren't logged in, you would go ahead and log in with whatever email you signed up with, and you would choose a personal account on your personal device, and you would choose a school account on any of those laptops or desktops associated with the journalism school. The Creative Cloud desktop app can be accessed up here or in your dock using this icon. When you click on that icon, it brings up the full app. Let's go through this and look at all the different things you can do. So I'm going to begin by showing you my Adobe account. I can access that simply by clicking Adobe account. So here is my account information, and you can tell from this is a personal plan. So it's linked to my purchasing. I also have, in addition to Creative Cloud, I have a stock account, and I have Adobe Analytics. So you get a full look at what you're paying for with Adobe. And here I can edit my profile, change my emails, all of those type of things. I can also see which devices I have activated Creative Cloud on. So I can install with my personal account Adobe on more than one computer. In addition to my account, I can look at my preferences. And here I can see how much cloud storage I get. So with Adobe, I get 100 gigs of cloud storage, and that works a lot like a Google Drive folder. So this storage includes a local sync folder that is on my local device and also online. Finally, I can look at some basic settings. Do I want to always launch Creative Cloud when I log into my device? And do I always want to keep it up to date? And I find it really helpful to have both of those activated because it just keeps things going on my laptop. The next icon is a little cloud icon that lets me look to see if cloud is syncing and how much space I have left. Here I can receive notifications of people that I follow through Adobe and other Adobe messages. As part of your Creative Cloud account, you have access to fonts. All of the Adobe font kits are included in your subscription, and this syncs and loads at all times. You can go in and manage your fonts here, but you can also access those online through fonts.adobe.com. Next, as we continue across our Creative Cloud app, I have Stock and Marketplace, and I mentioned I do subscribe to Stock. This is a separate subscription cost. However, you can find some free resources inside of Stock. So it is a good place to check if you need some starter files, some templates, photo sources, etc. Discover is a great way to find tutorials, trends, Behance happenings, all these really cool things. I like to keep an eye on discover as to kind of what's new and what's next. Next are files. So first you have your files, and these are including cloud documents. So notice this XDC. This is an XD cloud document. And inside of Illustrator, I have Illustrator cloud documents. And cloud documents for my apps means there's an associated iPad or phone app as well as a desktop app. Then I have my libraries. So my libraries are assets that are accessible in the entire Adobe suite. And I can share these with other people. So I've shared this Adobe logos and resources with other people. This is a great way to work with group projects by sharing libraries and sharing resources that again work across the Adobe suite. Next are things that I've shared with me and things I've deleted. Finally, you have your apps, and this is where all the fun things start to happen. At the top, you can see all of your apps, and then next you can see which apps need updating. And so you would simply click the update to make sure that it's updated. Now, if you have trouble with updates, it may be wise to check your system requirements or update your operating system. To open an app, all you need to do is click Open. The three dots will allow you to uninstall, reinstall older versions, as well as access tutorials and templates. In the next section, your apps are divided into categories. If you are new to Creative Cloud, exploring this will allow you to start to learn what app is best used for different projects. If you tap the Learn More, you can access tutorials, view projects created in different apps, and just get a good overview of that app. Beta apps are really fun to play with. These allow you to have access to the product development and what those teams are working on, test them, and give them feedback. And finally, you have your resource links. Here you can click links and access online web resources like stock, fonts, and additional tutorials. Another resource that isn't linked but is great to use is Adobe Color. And so that's a website called color.adobe.com, and this allows you to pick color and themes and then add those to those libraries I mentioned earlier. One of the next things that you can access is Portfolio. This allows you to create a portfolio site. It's a super easy, what you see is what you get editing platform. And you can access your site by clicking this arrow right here. Finally, Behance is home to Adobe's creative community, where you can find live streams, see work, get inspired, find out what's trending. It's a really great source for that inspiration. Let's go back to all apps and give you an overview of what you might use for the journalism school and where to begin your Creative Cloud learning. I would encourage you to build skills in working with photos. This might be Lightroom or Photoshop. Next, graphic design. This includes things like Illustrator and InDesign. Next is video. Starting out with something simple like Premiere Rush, then advancing to Premiere Pro. Finally, I think developing some UI and UX knowledge is really critical. So developing some skills in XD is a great way to set yourself apart. Remember, as you're learning these, you can always come to the J-Bar and the Clarkson Gallery for help, or visit the Labbies in the Resource Center. Make sure to follow us on YouTube and check out our jschooltech.org site for all of our creative tutorials and help tools. Have fun getting started with Creative Cloud.